America walked into Iran like it was another routine power move. But now the real question is, did the United States just walk into a geopolitical trap it can't walk out of? Because right now the world isn't asking, what will Iran do? They're asking, what is America even doing? Let me break this down for you. You've got a US president making bold claims, we are close to a deal, ceasefire is working, everything is under control. And then Iran comes out like, bro, what deal? No, seriously, every single American claim, Iran is publicly rejecting it. That's not diplomacy. That's getting fact-checked by your opponent in real time. America's image problem. Here's a real crisis. It's not just military, it's credibility. For decades, America's biggest weapon wasn't missiles, it was perception. Countries followed because they believed. If the US says something, it means something. But now, NATO is questioning. Middle Eastern allies are hesitating. Even global media is asking, is the US still in control or just reacting? That's a dangerous shift, because once the world stops believing your narrative, you don't lead anymore, you negotiate. Now let's talk about Iran, because they are not just reacting, they are playing this like a chess grandmaster. Step 1. Publicly reject every US claim. Step 2. Control the narrative. No uranium deal, no compromise under pressure, no negotiations during blockade. Step 3. Turn the battlefield into a PR war. Iran basically said, winning the war isn't just about bombs, it's about controlling what the world believes. And right now, they are doing a pretty good job. Now here's where things get spicy. The Strait of Hormuz. This tiny stretch of water controls a massive chunk of global oil supply. The Iran is basically saying, if we don't like the rules, nobody passes. Let that sink in. They are not just threatening the US, they are threatening the global economy. Because if their route shuts down, oil prices don't just go up, they explode. You're talking $150 per barrel levels. They're not just gas prices going up. That's inflation. That's supply chain chaos. That's global panic. Now zoom out. The US isn't just dealing with Iran. It's juggling a trade war situation, rare earth dependency issues, semiconductor shortages, rising domestic prices, pressure from farmers and industries. So when the president says, we'll bomb if needed, it's not just a military decision. It's an economic gamble, because one wrong move and suddenly fuel prices spike, markets crash, allies panic, and voters, yeah, they remember. And here's where things get messy. Before boarding a plane, ceasefire is working. After boarding the plane, if things don't change, we'll bomb. That's not strategy, that's confusion. And in geopolitics, confusion is weakness. Because your enemies test it, your allies doubt it, and the markets react to it instantly. Now add this plot twist. The US says, we are tough on Russia. And 24 hours later, actually we are easing restrictions, just a bit. That's like telling your opponent, I'm serious, but also flexible, but also confused. And globally, that sends one message. America is adjusting, not controlling. Here's the biggest shift nobody's talking about. Earlier, when the US pressured a country, the world usually backed the US. Now, not so much. European countries, not fully aligned. Middle East nations, playing neutral. Even global powers alike, we'll see how this plays out. That's new. That's not how this usually works. Now let's talk military. The US Navy is out there showing strength. Big ships, massive presence. And Iran, they're using small, fast boats, guerrilla-style naval tactics. It's like bringing a tank to fight a swarm of motorcycles. You might be stronger, but you're not necessarily faster or more unpredictable. And that's the point. Iran doesn't need to win a direct fight. They just need to make it messy enough that America can act freely. Now the core issue, uranium. The US wants control. Iran says, not happening. Why? Because for Iran, this isn't just material. It's power, leverage, sovereignty. They're basically saying, we might have the capability, but we decide what we do with it. And that's a hard line. Now we've got a ticking clock, deadlines, ultimatums, warnings. If no deal, then action. But here's the problem with deadlines. If you don't act, you look weak. If you do act, you risk escalation. Either way, it's a trap. So where does this leave us? America, militarily strong, economically pressured, diplomatically challenged. Iran, strategically patient, politically aggressive, controlling the narrative. And the world, watching, waiting, calculating. Because this isn't just about a war. It's about something bigger. Who controls the global story now? For years, that answer was simple: America. But today, that answer is getting complicated. And if the world stops believing the American script, then the question isn't, will there be a deal? The question is, who's actually running the show? That's it. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.